Discussing a topic that touches all of our lives: the impact of social media on identity and mental health among college students. Think about how many times you've checked Instagram, TikTok, or Snapchat just today. For most college students, social media isn't just an entertainment, it becomes central to how we connect, how we present ourselves, and even how we understand who we are. But this constant connectivity comes with real consequences, according to a 2026 study from Chen published in Nature Scientific Reports. Social media addiction shows a significant relationship with mental health issues among college students, including anxiety and depression. While social media can support identity exploration and community building, it can also harm mental health through social comparison, cyberbullying, and addiction-like use patterns. Social media influences on college students began in the early 2000s with platforms like Facebook and MySpace. According to research by Walsh at MIT Sloan School of Management, the rollout of Facebook across college campuses provides a natural experiment showing measurable increases in depression and anxiety among students after the platform became available. The Pew Research Center's 2025 study on teens, social media, and mental health confirms that these usage patterns continue to intensify, particularly among emerging adults in college settings. So why does this matter? College is already a critical period of identity development. Social media has become a major environment student exploring their scenes of self. Research published in Active Learning in Higher Education found that college students use social media to experiment with possible selves and test out different aspects of their identity through impression management, social comparison, and self-corrupt clarifying. The Department of Health and Human Services advisory highlights that social media can be a harmful content, facilitate cyberbullying, and create unrealistic standards through constant social comparison. At the same time, social media can spread mental health information, reduce stigma, and connect isolated students to support communities. This dual nature makes understanding that topics essential for educators, counselors, and policymakers. Now let's look at how three major sociology theories help us understand these phenomenons. Functionalist views social media as a social institution that helps integrate students into society. It builds networks, establishments, shared norms, and creates a sense of campus community. A 2025 study published in Vincent in the journal College Student Development found that social media serves as an avenue for achieving a sense belonging among college students by allowing them to connect through shared university students' identities and discover additional individual similarities. However, functionalists would also argue that when social media dysfunction occurs, it interrupts the smooth functioning of society and becomes a social problem requiring intervention through new norms of regulation. Second, conflict theory. Conflict theorists would focus on how social media reproduces social inequalities. Students with more resources and social capital can curate attractive, aspirational identities with professional photos, travel experiences, and polished content. Meanwhile, marginalizing students may face stereotypes, harassment, or exclusive online. According to Zhang in 2025 Frontiers in Psychology study on social media addiction and college student anxiety, these profit-driven strategies can intensify mental health risk. The platforms benefit financially while students bear the psychological cost. These perspectives focus on how everyday online interactions and symbols like comments, followers, filters shape students' self-concepts. According to symbolic interactionalists, identity isn't fixed, it's negotiated through ongoing social performances and feedback. An Active Learning in Higher Education found the social media feedback loops can strengthen identity clarity for some students, but cause identity distress and low self-esteem for others, especially when comparison led to feeling of alone. From my perspective, social media is neither purely good nor purely bad. It amplifies existing ways of college life. I believe the key of intentional balance used when we post genuinely share our experiences rather than just collect likes. We protect both our mental and and authentic identity development. Finally, for colleges and universities, schools should treat social media as a key contact for student mental health. This means integrating digital wellness education into orientations programs, training counselors to address online experiences, and developing research-based usage guidelines for students. For policymakers and platform designers, as the Department of Health and Human Services Advisory recommends, we may need regulations around addictive features, algorithm transparency, and stronger safeguards against harassment and harmful content. For our border culture, we never reckon with how digital norms, constant comparison, performative activism, always on productivity shape our generation's sense of self. In conclusion, by understanding social media's impact, we can work towards solution that preserves the benefit of connectivity while protecting students' well-being. Thank you.